For my interpretive reading speech, I chose to read part of Chapter 13 of The Giver by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. I chose to read Chapter 13 because I think it's a pretty interesting chapter in this good book. Chapter 13. Days went by in weeks. Jonas learned, through the memories, the names of colors, and now he began to see them all. In his ordinary life, though he knew it wasn't ordinary anymore and would never be. But they didn't last. There would be a glimpse of green, the landscape lawn around the central plaza, a bush on the riverbanks, the bright orange pumpkins being tucked in from the agricultural fields beyond the community boundary. Seen in an instant, the flash of brilliant color, but gone again, returning to their flat and hueless shade. The giver told him that it would be a very long time before he had the colors to keep. But I want them now, Jonas said angrily. It isn't fair that nothing has color. Not fair? The giver looked at Jonas curiously. Explain what you mean. Well, Jonas had to stop and think through. If everything's the same color, then there aren't any choices. I want to wake up in the morning and decide things. A blue tunic or a red one. He looked down at himself at the colorless fabric of his clothing. But it's all the same. Always. Then he laughed a little. I know it's not important what you wear. It doesn't matter, but it's the choosing that's important, isn't it? The giver asked him. Jonas nodded. My little brother, he began, and then corrected himself. No, that's inaccurate. He is not my brother, not really. But this new child that my family takes care of, his name is Gabriel. Yes, I know about Gabriel. Well, he's right at the age where he's learning so much. He grabs toys when we hold them in front of him. My father says he's learning small muscle control, and he's really cute. The giver nodded. But now that I can see colors, at least sometimes, I was just thinking, what if we could hold up things that were bright, red or yellow, and he could choose, instead of the sameness? He might make the wrong choices. Oh. Jonas was silent for a minute. Oh, I see what you mean. It wouldn't matter for a new child's toy, but later it does matter, doesn't it? We don't dare to let people make choices of their own. Not safe, the giver suggested. Definitely not safe, Jonas said with certainty. What if they were allowed to choose their own mate and choose wrong? Or what if, he went on, almost laughing at the absurdity, they choose their own jobs? Frightening, isn't it, the giver said. Jonas chuckled. Very frightening. I can't even imagine it. We really have to protect people from wrong choices. It's safer. Yes, Jonas agreed. Much safer. But when the conversation turned into other things, Jonas was left still, with a feeling of frustration that he didn't understand. He found that he was often angry now, irrationally angry at his group mates that they were satisfied with their lives, which had none of the vibrance his own was taking. And he was angry at himself, that he could not change that for them. He tried, without asking permission from the giver, because he feared, or knew, that it would be denied. He tried to give his new awareness to his friends,